Over the duration of the last 4 years, I've raised a total of 11 different chicken breeds with probably about 20 different subspecies of those chicken breeds. So basically you get the Wyandottes, but that's just the broader picture. There's multiple different types of Wyandottes that you might be able to infer from. However, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the greatest chickens I've ever owned here, while also sharing with you some of the worst I've ever owned as well. This is a completely opinion-based, by the way. So if you guys had a different experience, be sure to comment that down below, and even be sure to comment your 3 favorites versus least favorite chicken breeds, because that's going to be almost as useful as this video is going to be for some of you buyers out there. So let's get into it. I think we need to get a negative one out of the way before we can really talk about the positive one. So I'm going to start off with the one I've had the worst experience with out of all of them. Wyandottes. I don't know why, specifically the silver-laced Wyandottes. I have no beef with you if you're a gold Wyandotte, but if you're a silver Wyandotte, I swear, every time I buy these guys, by next Tuesday, I could have bought them on a Saturday, and by Tuesday they're gone, all of them. Because for whatever reason, every time I buy these silver-laced Wyandottes, I put them in the chicken yard, right? And literally a couple months later, they're gone. I'm going to share you an example. We actually had, one of my friends brought over a lot of silver Wyandottes, 8 of them to be exact, out of his like little 15 chicken flock, and he had 8 silver-laced Wyandottes. He gave it to us, and he gave it to us in November 2022. Do you want to know how many there are right now in 2024? The big 2024? 0. And do you want to know how long it took them to get rid of all of those silver Wyandottes based on like the wildlife over here? 9 months. All of them. We also got 3 of our old silver Wyandottes. Literally the first farm flock chicken to die was a silver Wyandotte, and that was because it was like one of the first chickens we got shipped out here. So obviously some chickens will not really make it through the shipping process. That had nothing to do with it. Our second silver Wyandotte died in 2021, and our last silver Wyandotte died during that big old coyote attack back in July 20th. So that's pretty sad. But on a positive note, we're going to move on to one I really love. And that title has to go to the Golden Buffs, which if you're wondering what they look like, they are right there. That's my Golden Buff right there. That's not a Golden Buff, by the way. That's another chicken we'll talk about later, though. You never know if it's going to be a positive or negative one, though. However, Golden Buffs are easily, and I mean easily, one of my personal favorite chickens. I'm personally probably going to buy a couple more of these as the year proceeds, because in my opinion, Golden Buffs are one of the greatest chicken breeds I think we've ever owned on the farm. They don't really die a whole lot. We bought 10 of them. We have 9 of them left, and one of them was even attacked by a fox, and it's alive. No injuries. I guess that's cool. However, Golden Buffs are one of the coolest chickens. They're very basic, but they lay a pretty nice color of egg. My Golden Buffs are about 10 months old, so that's why they're a little bit smaller than what the rest of the chickens in that flock are, who are about a year old. But this flock is brand new, keep in mind. We got this flock back in, what, I think last April, and the others last August. So it's been a pretty wild ride in the last 10 months, I'd say. So yeah, these chickens are doing pretty good, I'd say, though. So the Golden Buffs are ones I'd highly recommend for those of you that are getting brand new into chicken breeds, because they're really easy to care for and they're really friendly. But to add insult to injury, we're about to talk about a chicken breed that I really, really, really want to love, but at the same time, I really can't. I'm of course about to talk about the Cinnamon Queen, the one I showed you earlier. This is one I'm more neutral than I really don't like it. Not like the silver Wyandottes were like, oh, they just kind of suck in general. They're not even that friendly, but these guys, gotta give credit where credit is due. They are one of my favorite chickens in this flock. But does that mean they're good? Not really in the slightest. We used to have 10 of them, and this was like last year too. Now we have 1 of them. So any one of these days, I could open up the chicken coop door in the morning and it's gone. I really, really want to love these guys because they are really, really prolific layers. And the best part about these chickens is that they are very friendly. They lay tons of eggs. They're a layer chicken that lives a little bit longer than most layer chickens live. Most layer chickens live 2 to 3 years. These guys are bred to live up to 5 years while still laying a similar amount of eggs. But however, they do fall flat in the fact that they're also predator magnet. And this is from personal experience, by the way. So your experience could be, oh, I've never lost any silver Wyandottes, but I've lost all of my Golden Buffs or something like that. So be sure to comment down below your experiences, as I was saying. But we've got to balance it out by talking about something that's really positive. And today I'm going to be talking about the Barred Rocks, of course. The Barred Rocks are a really, really great chicken breed. In my opinion, one of the greatest too. even though in my video the other week I ranked all my 11 chickens based on my opinions, I really found that they didn't place that high, but only because like there was like the rest of the scores were almost identical to each other. But the barred rocks, I gotta go with them because of just how friendly they are. And the best part about it is that they're like really tolerable, and they're hardy chickens too. So like if you're going, it's like they can survive all the climates. You could be living in the deep south or up in Alaska, and they'll still be laying you the eggs that you want, and they lay up to 300 eggs a year, which I think is a really good benefit of keeping your barred rock with you. Sadly, this flock doesn't have any because for whatever reason, whenever we keep going to go buy some chickens, they're not there. So as you guys probably know, I'm not going to be buying chickens for a little while. As long as nothing big happens, then I might go chicken shopping again. You never know. Now, the final chicken of the day has got to go to the one and only Green Queen. I'm not the biggest fan of these guys because we bought 3 of them back in the year 2021. And of those 3 of them, 2 of them were roosters and 1 of them were hens. So that was quite the sad day when I found out that Snow White, one of my roosters, was a hen. He's passed away back in May 2022. I don't know what happened to him. I remember saying I found feathers a couple days later. I never showed him for whatever reason. I feel like I made a video on it though. However, we also had a hen named Gray Cloud who was one of the greatest chickens ever. Sadly, she did pass away on those July 20th attacks. I mean, maybe she's still out there somewhere. She just vanished. Like, there wasn't any coyote in the area. There wasn't any foul play. So maybe she just vanished. Maybe she's still out there somewhere. If you're out there, Gray Cloud, get back home, man. The chickens are waiting you. No, I'm joking. But, like, at the end of the day, though, we also have another rooster here. His name is Falcon. Is he any good for a Green Queen rooster? Absolutely not. We actually did get Green Queens recently back in 2023, and they were way better. We got 10 of them, and of those 10 of them were hens. So, and 0 of them were roosters. So that was good. The only issue is my rooster Falcon is really the one that just takes the score all the way down to the ground. The reason I say that I hate him so much in my videos, not really hate him so much, it's more like I use him as like an example of what your rooster shouldn't do. It's for one simple reason, and that's just because he's a bad rooster. And the final chicken of the day got to go to the Buff Orpington. Sadly, my camera's at 1%, so I gotta make this quick. And also, be sure to drop a like on this video, bro. I'd appreciate it if you do that. So like for absolutely nothing. Like for some thin air, I guess, that'll arrive at your doorstep first thing tomorrow morning, shipped out by the UPS personally. And also, be sure to click the video on the screen right now, because on the screen, you'll see a garden tour from yesterday, or if you're not interested in that, you can see a video essay I put out that does talk about chickens. So I'll see you on either of those videos.